back to another episode of Bonus Level. This is episode 5, and today we have with us a very special guest. We have Evan, a producer over at Interrobang, working on the Jay and Silent Bob game. Why are you laughing? What is
Another. You're like your Canadian.
You know
Your
what?
Canadian side came out right there.
Is that what happened? Okay. Anyways, and then there's Matt,
What's
and
up?
you guys know Matt. So,
Wow.
today's topic is going to be the perfect gamer's dream world. So if you could create the perfect world to have yourself or a character play in, what would be in this world? How would things react to you? What would the food be like? Like, basically, we're creating the utopia of video games in our own vision. But before we start, I know we don't usually do this, but Evan, this is your first time on the show, and I'm super excited. This show, you realize that, right?
No. I'm in anticipation. I want to know. I'm like, what's she gonna say?
Okay. I was just gonna ask you to tell the people a little bit about yourself, because most of the people we've had on are also on bonus level, but you're not on bonus level. So can you drop just some nuggets of knowledge about yourself?
Oh wow. Okay. So longtime friend of Destiny. And I would say me and Matt are new friends. You know what I mean? It's been a little bit, but he's on the list. Basically a producer at Interrobang Entertainment, a indie studio that Destiny has actually been involved with over the years sometime. Also an artist at PlayStation for almost 10 years, which is hard for me to say because it classifies me as an old man, which I'm not comfortable getting into.
I still can't believe you were such a prodigy, dude. At 1 year old, just animating and doing stuff for PlayStation. It's incredible.
That's right, guys. I'm only 10 years old.
11-year-old prodigy.
Full beard.
I said he was a prodigy. He can be a prodigy in many things, including facial hair,
it was a
style.
Shut up. That is not a thing.
But also, dude, big ups. I saw your tweet about having your name in The Last of Us Part 1 credits. Like, that's huge. Like, congratulations. You're killing it out here.
Thanks, man. That actually,
so proud of
and maybe I'll talk about that. That actually really meant a lot to me because I missed working on the first game or being involved in it, and then was thankful enough to be involved in the second one. But I was like, damn, I really wanted to be involved in that first one. So to be able to do something that made it into the remake is like, it's like full circle for me. So I'm super happy about that. So everybody check that out if you can. I know there's a little bit of divisiveness about how people feel about it, but I still think it's an awesome game. And if you haven't played the original, skip it and play this remake because it's worth it, I think.
I agree 100%.
People are always divided by stuff, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Evan helped create it, so now you definitely have to check it out. But Evan, thanks so much for introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about what you do. And super, super huge congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I know how hard you work.
Thank you.
And Matt does too.
I'm proud of you too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
11 years old and
anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into the topic. And because Evan, you're our guest, I'm gonna let you start first. What do you think would be the first? Well, I mean, like, you do create games and you are a gamer, so I feel like the honor is yours to start first, and you're our guest.
Okay. So if it was my perfect dream world, is this, let me qualify it with something. Is this to live in or to play in?
To play in.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess if you want to live in it, you can too.
No, I definitely would not want to live in my so the two games that I probably have embarrassingly spent the most time playing are probably Assassin's Creed Odyssey and the Shadow of Mordor series. So I'm personally really into the giant open world games that involve a lot of stealth. That already right there is like perfect to me. Being able to just stealthily do things, maybe push people off of cliffs, casually.
So Metal Gear Solid is like your shit then. That's your jam. Because I feel like there's so much stealth in that.
You know what's weird? I'm gonna get canceled on your podcast right now. I kind of like Metal Gear Solid. I don't know what it
Okay.
is. I do not know what it is. The story is cool. Snake is obviously really dope, but when I'm playing that game in particular, I would rather play Splinter Cell than Metal Gear Solid,
Okay.
which is
All right.
super odd. Yeah,
I don't think
but
No,
it's
it's
that.
not. I don't
Yeah,
think it's odd.
yeah, I don't think it's
hmm,
that weird.
And
I
you're
feel
not going to
like,
get canceled.
I feel like Metal Gear, like especially depending
checks
on which
Twitter.
one you
It's like, oh,
play. They're already
Evan
done.
has been canceled.
Yep. I feel like Metal Gear has like a very specific style in the stealth genre. Like it really is not for everyone, and depending on which one you play, the experience varies greatly as well.
yeah,
Splinter Cell, you know what you're getting into. You know what adventure you're going on to Splinter Cell, and it's always fun.
yeah. And I love
I feel
just
like you
like
could
I
say that
love the
for every
crowd
game,
interaction.
though.
What's up? Say that again. I'm sorry.
I feel like you could say that for every game.
You
I feel
couldn't.
like I definitely feel like you
No, you
can.
can't.
Yes, you can. I'm
No,
not
I
going to
don't
get
think
in
so.
this argument with you. You can definitely say that for every
No,
game. Different strokes for different folks. But I feel like with Metal Gear, you know what you're getting into. That game has been out for like the what is not genre, not title. What is it? What
Fran-
do you call it?
franchise.
IP. The IP has been around for
Mm.
so long. Like you know what you're getting into. Like when people pick up a Metal Gear Solid game, they kind of know like what they're getting into. I don't know. That's how I feel because they all kind of feel very similar to me.
You know
I
what
can
I
see.
think it is? I think it's for me like if you play like Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed or whatnot, there's such a focus on I want to say crowd control. And I think
Mm,
Metal Gear is kind of missing that because they don't have this big public interaction with NPCs consistently walking around,
that's
kind of
true.
like they're living. You know what I mean? I think that might be a little bit of what it is for me.
Okay. So it's not as open world as you would like it. There's not enough
Yeah, yeah.
interaction as you're going through. Got it. Got it. Okay. I'm sorry. Continue. That's it.
I mean,
That's your world.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Just give me something open world. Allow me to be sneaky. Allow me to push people off of high ledges. Yeah, loot some stuff. I'm good.
The big three:
Okay.
stealth, open world, and ledge pushes. Evan's good if he
Yeah.
has those three.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
No ledge
Like,
pushing, he's out.
I don't know if you guys
I
ever played that
mean,
Obi-Wan game on Xbox, the OG
mm,
Xbox game. Did you guys ever play that?
No.
It's a terrible. It's probably a terrible game, right? But the moment that I realized you could force push people off of cliffs, I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. You know what I mean? Like that's all
Evan, I
I
feel like
needed.
I've learned something new about you and to never be around any cliffs when we hang out because
Let me.
that's a weird thing to really be excited about.
It's hilarious to me. I don't know why. It's hilarious.
Let me.
Like
Let me ask you
in
this.
Valhalla, you have the Sparta kick. You guys know what I'm
Mhm,
talking about? From
mhm.
Yeah,
300, they're like, "This is
I've
you
done.
have
I've done that a
kick
few
in
times.
Valhalla. You
Yep.
can
I
sneak up
love
behind
that
people and do
movie.
that. It's the best. It's the best thing in the world.
It's
I
so
promise."
good. Oh my god.
So I have to
All
ask:
right.
Were you the type of person in like Red Dead who'd like grab innocent bystanders, lasso them, and go leave them on train tracks?
I can't. Innocence, I can't do it too. But as soon as you're
Okay,
marked
enemies
as
then.
yeah, as soon as you're marked as an enemy, you're done. So
You trying to
you're
save
gone.
yourself with like, okay, enemies.
Yeah, enemies.
That is evil.
What?
We've definitely had conversations where we've talked about like how like that's going to be another topic. How like a lot of the guy gamers that I know do torturous things to things in game that it's
Uh,
unnecessary. They just do it because they can do it. Matt, you remember the conversation because we were talking about The Sims and how people just set them on fire and like take out all the ladders so they drown in the pool and stuff. Look at his face. He acts like he doesn't know, but he definitely knows what I'm talking
My
about.
poor virgin ears. I've never heard such things being discussed before.
Wow.
I feel uncomfortable and unclean after this conversation.
Oh, unclean?
Yes.
After this, okay. Anyways, Matt, what's your perfect gamer world?
See, I need three things in my perfect gamer world. I need to kick things off ledges. I need it to be open
there we
world,
go.
and I need a stealth, and I'm good.
There we go.
Next
There we
question.
go.
You better go ahead and expand upon that.
See, for me, I basically in my perfect world, my kind of like perfect game that I want to play or even possibly exist in really does become like a fusion of like Persona, Digimon, and Yakuza kind of all rolled in together. I would love to have like a Persona or a Yakuza set in like more of like a digital-esque like fantasy world like Digimon is. And like having to exist, like the cool things about Persona is existing the, you know, the day-to-day, you know, go like I love, you know, going to work, getting a girlfriend, doing this kind of stuff, but taking that and make it kind of weird, you know, let me be like, I don't know, like a cauldron mixer as like a job, you know, in some fantasy world or in some digital fantasy land. Give me ways to interact with that kind of world, because we don't really have that. A lot of like the true to life, like life sim games are exactly that. They put you in a place that's relatively familiar to what we know, and then you exist in that space doing things that, again, you know, go farming or go to the bar or whatever. I want to do
I
those things,
feel
but I want
like
to do them in
you're
weird ways.
talking about an MMO. Like I literally feel like that's what you
Kind
can
of, but
get
I don't
from an
want it to be
MMO.
multiplayer. I want that focused story alongside that. Like that's what I mean. For me, like I want to
Mm,
be able to play at my own pace. And when you factor things in like an MMO, you need to make it like in a way that like a lot of different people can enjoy it in a lot of different ways, which is fine. I want like a story path that I'm going on. And yeah, you can have choices, you can like play within it, but I want that story. I want that like, kind of that ride that I'm going on in this world with a certain bunch of characters. And then like Yakuza, like the zaniness, and again, the way that those stories develop, and like the things that Yakuza has that Persona doesn't. Like Yakuza is like surprisingly socially forward and like accepting and like about, you know, being different and accepting the differences within each other. Persona's starting to go in that direction, but not as much. And then just give me like random monsters and stuff to hang out with. Give me the Digimon, give me the Pokemon, give me things that I can like befriend, make me, you know, being able to make my party and kind of run around in this world. And just kind of like I said, you know, give me strange jobs. Let me like make witches brooms or something. Give me weird stuff, like not just the convenience store, not just like the movies. I want to exist in a world that's like that's just kind of weird, not like full Middle Earth fantasy. I'm talking more like the digital world in Digimon, like just or even Pokemon. Something that kind of feels like it
Mm.
could exist in our space, but also be really dumb and really weird in random ways. And again, let me hang out with people, let me develop relationships, let me develop friendships, let me go to work, let me do random stuff, and then let me fight monsters. I just want this like weird amalgamation of all of these things put together, taking all the best parts of all of them and then like shoving them together into like a perfect video game world that I could live in that world, you know? I could see myself walking up and being like, "Hey, little creature, I'm going to be your friend, and I'm going to make that creature badass, or we're going to be best friends forever." And I can just exist in that space. I don't have to go on like the adventure to save the world, but maybe I would. You never know. And then the final thing that I need is I need to be able to kick things off ledges in this world, and we're good to go.
Dude, I have a question
all
for
right.
you.
Yes,
Is
Evan
this
from
is
the
this a
Pest Bowl.
multiplayer world?
No,
No, he just wants to be
no,
by himself in this world.
yeah,
I'm
But I
kind of
was gonna
similar.
say, even in MMOs, you don't have to play with other people. You could just follow the story by yourself. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
But then you have people like running by yelling like "dicks" or something as they do in MMOs. Um,
Oh, okay.
I just
I
like again,
never
I feel
experienced
like
that.
the difference with an MMO, which
Hmm.
some MMOs do a lot of things right, the community, the world building, and again, like with Final Fantasy 14, the story, or with things like Terra, the combat, like there are pieces of them that I feel like are really good. And single player games, you don't get that community, but I feel like you usually get like a tighter, more focused story. So like I don't want to deal with everybody else. I just want this to experience, I want to exist in this world in a way that like the way that I want to. I don't know.
I think I have a really good game that you should try out.
What game is it?
Um,
Destiny?
Starbound.
What's
Oh,
Because
Starbound? Well, you've told me
you
about
can
Starbound.
play it with other people, but you don't have to play. Yeah, I told you I was playing it. I didn't really
Hmm.
give you details about it. But you can play with other people. You don't have to. There are weird things that you can do as your job. There's no relationship building. So if
Oh, see,
that's
I'm
like a
out.
major
No waifus,
thing,
no
like
go.
okay, well. All right, moving on.
D, what about
um
you?
my perfect world, like gamer world, would be, I think, something like, okay, I would definitely want it to be open world.
Mm,
I
mm, mm.
absolutely love like how rich the story and narrative design is in games like God of War and The Witcher, which you
mm,
guys know. I love that your decisions actually affect what the NPCs think about you. And I think
hmm
that's because, like, if I'm going to play a game where I have to be by myself, I don't want to feel like I'm by myself in the game. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I get that. I get that.
So, but I think I would do a multi, like an MMO kind of world because I'd want my friends to join me. Otherwise, like I think after a while the NPCs would run out of shit to say, and it would just be the same thing. Like what was that movie with Will Smith and like the vampire weird
Space Jam.
white thing? Shut your mouth.
I actually
Space
have no idea.
Jam. It's
Are you
the
talking about I Am
one
Legend?
I Am Legend, right? There's
Mm.
nobody else in the world. He ends up like talking to mannequins and stuff. And then like his dog, his like best friend ends up dying. So, no, I think I definitely need other people in my world or I would like go insane. But I do like the idea of it being absolutely open world and I like the idea of my world being procedurally generated so that it's not the
Ah.
same thing all the time. Like it's a continuing kind of thing. Like there's
Mm.
villages that I can discover and castles I can discover, and just meeting new people. Other than that, I want to be able to cook. I want a good fishing mechanic because I am really weird and I love to fish in games. I want to be able to make my own clothes. I want to be able to. I like the idea of building relationships, but that's not super important to me. Like, if I don't get with somebody in a relationship,
Mhm.
that's fine. But building friendships, and then within that world, your friendships affect how you fight other characters and things like that. Like, if you have a strong friendship with somebody, that means like you can use like different kinds of magic or different moves that help enhance whatever you already have going on. I also keep thinking about Final Fantasy because I love Final Fantasy, but I also want my world to have different aspects in it. So, like, if one, okay, think of it as like different planets within the world, and the game take on each planet is a little different. So, if I wanted to play like in a style that's more retro and arcadey, like Streets of Rage, I could fly off to that planet or fly off to that continent
Mm.
and if I wanted to experience something more like Animal Crossing and I just wanted to like decorate my home, I could have my home island or my home port and go to different areas and bring back things that I like to decorate my home with. I thought a lot about this because I was talking to someone and I was like, what would be my perfect game? And it would be like an MMO style because I really like community type games, but also I just want a little bit of all the games that I love in my world. And
What
to keep it from being too messy, you'd have like different sections. Go ahead.
I think earlier you said something about making your own clothes, and did you say making your own food?
Yes.
So would this be
I
like
like having recipes.
so would this be like a survival game per se? Like
I
where
feel
like
like
if you
you'd have
don't
to
eat,
survive.
you die?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'd want to eat if I was there. You know, like if we had to digitize ourselves into a game, I'd want to be able to like Sword Art Online, that anime,
Mm.
you know, when she
Ah,
got like really high skill in cooking, so then the food actually tasted like the food. I would want that. And
okay,
not gain
okay.
weight, which would be
See,
amazing because your
I'm
character
so
would never gain weight
lazy. Like
as much as
I
you
want
do.
I want to be in a game where like there's just a plethora of options of clothes for me to just buy at some point. I don't have to think about like making it. I
Yep.
only want to worry about health if I'm dying.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I'm so like whenever a game presents me with the fact that I have to make something, I get so angry. I'm like,
Oh
ah.
my god! And you want to
Like,
kick people
like,
off of ledges. I
I'm
totally
like,
get it now. I
I'm like, why? I
totally
could walk in
understand.
the kitchen and do this. Like,
Evan's world is
you
just
know
gonna
what I
have like a
mean?
pile of bodies. Like there's a chef, there's a
Mm.
seamstress. All of them would needed him to do stuff, and he wasn't about it.
Dude,
No,
well, as long
I
as they're
love
enemies,
cooking and
as long as
stuff.
they're enemies, as long as
I think
that
what
chef
was
was an
the
enemy.
game? What was the game that we played? I don't think you finished it, Matt, but it was published by Chucklefish. Eastward. I was so
Mm.
upset because I didn't get all the recipes. So
Mm.
I don't know, I like collecting weird things. Like it could be the same food after a while, but like I also like I don't know if you ever played Eastward, but within the cookie mechanic, you would gather different types of food and fruits and stuff. And like for me, I just brute forced my way through it by mixing different stuff and seeing what I came up with.
Nice.
And then you would like unlock new recipes, or you would have like absolutely like this is inedible. And you'd be like, oh, okay. So I don't know. I guess I want my game to be more true to life, but
Yeah.
like with a lot of magic
I
and like
think.
no like democracy. Not that I'm against democracy, I just don't feel like it's working right now. So like I want freedom to just live. I want everybody to be cool, and like even if you die, you come back. You know, like how
Mhm.
all the mutants and X-Men always come back. Like nobody ever permanently dies, really. Actually, has anybody ever permanently died?
There might be a few, but they're probably like really whack
They're not that
characters.
important.
Yeah,
They're not that important. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to
The
come back all the
procedural
time
world,
like Sailor Moon. Sorry.
the procedural world thing is interesting too. I didn't think about that. I don't know if I would want a procedural. I think you know what? I would want procedural environments in specific places.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, like
Just
a
Why
cave
in
like
system.
specific places?
So I think I would want some places to actually have like I know where I'm going. You know what I mean? Like I know I can
Mm.
rest here. I know I can hide out here. I know this person is over there. You know what I mean? Versus like if everything changes everywhere, it's like
could you
Okay,
what are
that's not what
imagine-
I meant when I said procedural. I don't mean that like it's
Okay.
constantly changing. I mean like
Okay.
if you're in an open world and you keep traveling, things are different. Like if you travel outside of that city will always be that city.
Okay.
But if you
Okay.
start traveling outside of that city, like you don't know. Like I don't want a map where I know where everything is and like I can only visit like the same 17 places the entire time I'm playing the game.
Can you
Okay,
imagine
okay.
getting drunk in that world and being like, I don't know how to get home, and just like
right.
constantly trying to be like, which alley is this?
We definitely need a way to teleport. We need waypoints in
Oh.
in any game. In any
Fast
game.
travel is a must.
Yes,
fast travel's a must.
absolutely.
For sure.
100%.
No, I like our ideas. I like Matt's idea because I knew it was going to be Digimon and Persona kind of
Are you a big
combined
Digimon
together.
fan, Matt?
Yeah, dude. I like.
It's
like,
weird because I feel like it came out before his time, but
Nope,
I guess not.
came out alongside my time. Like I was growing up during the Pokemon and Digimon start and like the craziness that came after. Yeah, dude, I've been like a lifelong Digimon fan. I used to watch it on like
Okay.
Fox Kids.
You had to be like 2 or something.
I
No,
low-key
it came
thought
out,
it was
like-
better than
it came out-
Pokemon.
It is better than
Digimon
Pokemon.
was better, but I feel like I was really young, and I know I'm older than you by a bit.
It
but
came
maybe
out in
not.
like 99, 2000, I want to say, around that time.
That sounds about right.
Digimon. Did
Yeah.
it come
Yeah,
out?
that sounds
Yeah.
about right. Yeah.
I'll fact check myself. Hold on. Digimon.
I thought it came out a little bit
anime.
before
show.
that because I definitely
show.
remember getting like a kids meal from Taco Bell and getting the cards in it, and I definitely don't think I was like a junior in high school when I did it. I
So-
could have been.
I feel like the show in the US came out around
I
that
could've
time.
been.
I could be wrong
Who
though.
knows?
So it came out. The original Digimon Adventure came out in 1999.
Oh, okay.
No,
The
sorry.
toys are
Yeah, 99.
the toys are mad old though. The toys are like from like my elementary school, if I remember correctly.
That's what I'm thinking.
Digimon,
like, I
nah,
remember-
dude. That
No, the
series
toys.
started like
No, the toys.
The
The toys
toys. He's
were
talking about
based
the
off something
toys.
different. I think they were called Gachimon or something like that.
they're based on Tamagotchi. Like
Tamagotchis, yes.
Tamagotchi. Yeah, Tamagotchis are way older. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like unrelated. Like that was like the starting, like the jump off point. They took that idea
What's
of
a
like digital
Gachimon?
monsters.
Did I just make that up, dude? Now I need to know.
As he looks it up.
Yeah, I need to know.
When I read,
Do you guys remember Dreamcast controllers used to have a little like Tamagotchi kind of creature inside of it that you had to take
Yes.
care of?
I'd be playing it in high school. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was. Mine always died. You can't do both at the same time. Like, you
can't.
know what I mean?
You can't. It was a
When I-
genius idea. Really
It
randomly
was.
on that topic, I was watching a video today talking about how the Dreamcast controllers had already solved the analog stick drift issue,
Oh.
and that like it's really hard to get that issue apparently on Dreamcast controllers. And had they, survived longer than they did, we may not be dealing with that issue because of competition. I thought that was interesting.
I am
I'm
really
so
curious.
sad because I loved Dreamcast.
Oh,
I
me
don't
too.
know what happened, but like they had. Do you remember Conker's Bad Fur Day? That was the first
Oh, yeah.
slightly adult game that I had ever played in my life,
That was on
and it
Xbox,
was
right?
on Dreamcast.
That was on
64.
N64.
I played it on Dream. I thought
N64.
I played it on. Was it only on N64?
64 and Xbox, I'm pretty
too.
sure.
I'm checking.
I'm
I
pretty sure
didn't have an
64 and
Xbox,
Xbox.
so it must have been
Just
64.
N64. The first one was just Nintendo 64.
Oh, okay.
Conker's
Then
Bad
that
Fur
must
Day
have
was
been
only
the one I
64.
played.
And you know what's funny? I'm really curious to what you guys are thinking about now because Tamagotchi only hit the US in 1997.
I'm pretty positive in elementary school, kids were playing with those little Reza
Yeah,
thingy.
my
Yeah,
friend
I'm pretty
Nisi had like a
positive.
bunch of them. The
Yeah.
So
little
I'm
egg
just
thing, right?
I'm just curious as to which you're referring to. Like that's what I mean. Like I'm like because like for me when I think of those, I think of
Let me see.
Tamagotchi, and apparently those came out in '96 in Japan and hit the US in '97.
Let me see.
Well, I would have been 13.
In 97, yeah, I would have been about 13. Let me see something.
That
Virtual
makes
Pet,
sense. I think that was
Digimon.
around the time. Because my friend had all these keychains, and I don't even know how she got them, but they all died.
Yeah, maybe it was around that age. I could have sworn I was in elementary school the first time I saw one, though.
It may have been some like predecessor that like started and failed or something that like was like lost to
Maybe.
time.
I really
Maybe,
thought
maybe,
Digimon came out
maybe.
earlier than that, but I guess not. When did Pokemon come out? Pokemon came out a bit before Digimon.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I feel like you're
Let's see
right.
here. Pokemon came out. It was created in 1996.
Damn, were they really that close?
Yeah, they were very, very close.
Evan, I don't know what this is, but I'm definitely remembering one coming out way before the other.
I am almost positive I remember Agu, like, you know, what's the main Digimon? Agumon?
Agumon, yeah.
I swear to you, I remember having a little Tamagotchi thing that had him on the little thing, and I remember being in like, I know it had to be before junior high because I would have never had it in junior high. Unless I'm lying to myself.
You're lying to yourself, dude.
You know what I mean?
No,
I'm
there
like,
listen, I
probably
just
was
went
something that looked like it though.
probably
maybe.
Agumon's design is pretty basic when you just look at him. He's a
I mean, he's
a walking
T-Rex,
lizard.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
tried looking up Agumon, but I looked up Agumon wafer, and I don't know what that is, and so I'm gonna put my phone down. Not sure what that is. But anyways, I think I definitely made a comment about Matt's world, but I think your world's really interesting too. I also feel like, Evan, I feel like we kind of threw this at you from left field because I think if you would have had more time to think about it, you would have just came up with those 3 things. So listen, we're gonna bring you back. It's gonna be a different topic, but I'm gonna bring you back. And I'm gonna like tell you 2 days before what the topic is. I just thought, I was like, Evan's gonna knock this out of the park, and Evan's like, I got 3 things and 3 things only. That was it.
Listen,
But
I'm a simple man.
Things.
I'm a simple
they were
man.
good things.
I just need
love
cliffs
Sparta.
and boots to kick people off.
I feel like Evan's game needs
Clifton,
really good
you know?
drip too. Like he needs some badass
And
clothes
really
in that
good
game.
music.
You know
right?
what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
If I were to expound, once I heard y'all's, I was like, damn. But yeah, music would be a thing for me. I don't know if you guys have ever played Forza Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Or games like GTA where you have like radio stations so you can change the mood of whatever you're doing.
I like that.
That would be a must. Maybe a level up system so that you're constantly grinding to be better would be awesome. You know what I mean?
Look at all this new information coming out of Evan.
Couple other things, you know.
I like that. And every time you level up, you get a new pair of sneakers. And you guys won't get that, but Evan definitely knows what I'm talking about when I say he gets a new pair of sneakers every time he levels up, because he's a sneakerhead.
How dare you? How dare you expose me?
I love when you post it. You're like, got myself a little gift. I'm like, oh, look at Fly. I can't talk. I'm always buying hoodies, so it's okay. It's okay. But anyways, guys, yeah, hoodies are. Hey, it's almost hoodie season. I just bought one. I just bought a new hoodie, and it's like Smurfette.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
You know who Smurfette is, right?
Yeah, of course.
You do, right? Okay. Some people don't know. I'm like, how do you not know who the Smurfs
Isn't
are?
that
do you guys
weird?
Know
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Do you remember the Snorks, which are basically underwater Smurfs?
Yeah.
Matt, do you know who the Snorks are? See, look at his face. He doesn't know.
I do not. I'm with you on the Smurfs and the Smurfette. I lost you on Snorks. Are you just pronouncing stork properly?
Am I pronouncing stork properly?
You heard what I said.
No, look it up.
All right, storks.
But anyways,
yeah, they're birds.
I said snorks. Oh my god! Don't make me push. Okay, anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of
Snorlax.
Bonus Club of Matt being himself. Evan, thank you so much for coming on with us and sharing your perfect gamer world. Guys, we will catch you again in 2 weeks. But before I go, Evan, where can people find you if they want to find out more about you and they want to follow you?
The fuck is
Oh
a
wow!
snore?
On Twitter, Dub Mobile, and on Instagram, same name.
It's spelled with an N, like Snorks.
Yeah, I'm googling it. Nothing's coming up.
No, you're lying. You are definitely lying. Anyways, that's it from us, guys. Please, all of our information is down below. Please support us. Don't forget to support Level 1 Gaming and jump over to Burnout Brighter whenever you get a chance. That is our main podcast. We have some amazing games coming up, some wonderful guests who are about to come on, and we have a couple of giveaways that we're cooking up. So please, please, please like, share, support. We love you long time, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Snorks.